Hi guys. Okay, this video is pretty much going to be an update on quantitative easing, some of the definitions which I covered in a previous two-part video. I'm going to try to make it more clear than last time. I'm going to have the definitions in the box below this video. Anyway, I'm going to look at the screen here. Quantitative easing, again, is just the action of making less serious in relation to quantity. Okay, it's just the action of making less serious concerning quantity. Quantitative being, what that means is relating to quantity, concerning quantity, and easing is the action of making less serious. If you really care to look those up, you can mainly get a pretty simple definition of what this means, but mainly quantitative easing is just the action of making less serious in relation to quantity. You're like, well, how in the hell does that relate to what the government is talking about? Well, you see, they're referring to money. Okay? They're creating these things called quantitative easing 1, quantitative easing 2, quantitative easing 3. And they're trying to make something less serious in relation to quantity. And the thing they're trying to make less serious concerning quantity is, when I'm referring to quantity, I'm referring to what I get out of it, the debt and the obligations that the government has. So they're trying to make it less serious. And how are they trying to make this less serious? You'll love this one. They're creating more debt. So if they're making something less serious, the obligations they have, by creating more obligations on top of that, you go figure that one out. The best way I can describe it is that how they're making it less serious is that they're creating this extra cash to help reduce the bad effects of what would happen if they didn't create the extra cash. But as you know, guys, it doesn't really, honestly, make the situation better. It makes it worse. So I don't even like them calling it I don't like them calling it monetary. Excuse me. I don't like them calling it quantitative easing, because it really doesn't make the situation less serious. It in the long run. In the short run, the short-term period, you can say it makes it less serious for what would have happened if they didn't do it. Because if they didn't do it, the government couldn't pay its bills. I assume it couldn't pay its interest on its national debt. And there'll be lots of people without checks in the mail shortly thereafter. In a lot of countries such as China, the Middle Eastern countries, I guess, and I'm not sure if Japan would say too much about the fact that they would be defaulted on too, but because I think they wouldn't say too much about it, because I think that Japan feels the United States is going to back them, whatever situation they get into. At least with see, the United States finds Japan to be an ally, so I don't think, I'm not saying Japan, we're going to back them with anything they get involved with, but I think that they feel like we gotta keep cool with the United States, so they're, even if they get defaulted on, which they will be eventually, it looks like, they're just gonna eat it and deal with it. Now, as you know, this quantitative easing, this creation of money out of nowhere in order to pay bills, will cause inflation, because that means more money will be there in the pile of money that exists than there was before. Before the creation of the money. Before the creation of new money, I mean. There'll be, when you create more money out of nothing and put it and add it to the pile of money that exists, that means there's more money there than there was before, which means inflation. And I don't know, maybe the government, maybe these NWO people have some plan which we don't know about, some kind of thing where they're going to solve it all, and this hyperinflation, major inflation, that's the way I'm going to put it right now. Major inflation is that it won't happen somehow. I mean, look at it. In late 2008, Gerald Celente and Alex Jones and I think numbers of other people were saying that things were going to fall and it's going to crash, and that some people were implying Mad Max, Road Warrior, the movie, situation. Well, what happened was that our let me phrase this. Our friends and our so-called friends in government and Federal Reserve and other places dreamed up some stuff. I think prior to they probably dreamed this up years ago, I guess. Maybe not. To pull off this plan of creating this money out of nowhere, which prevented the collapse to happen in 2008, 2009. It was prevented. Now, what it looks like to me at this time, unless it's some new rig job action, some kind of scamming going on, I mean, what's probably going to happen is that, see, the NWO wants to have a gradual, let's put it this way, they want to have the U.S., this is what I get out of it, they want the U.S. dollar to go down when they want it to go down. And if the only solution they have is to do more QEs, QE3, QE4, QE5, etc., if the only solution they really have to keep things going is to do that, they're going to keep on doing that until they achieve what they want and bring the American people into a state where they will be happy to be offered a solution to their woes, their difficulties, which is the solution being what the NWO would want, I assume. So, and if this all pulls off the way it could happen, the United States will probably just be things will become more dictatorial here, meaning that they'll be more directed by people who are running, who actually run things in this world. In the United States, things will be more controlled, and we shall see for sure what will happen with all that. I assume we'll have more of an authoritarian type situation, meaning less freedom to people, more required obedience to the government's or whoever's choice. In this relation to that's what I mean by authoritarian in relation to what things will be that people will have to follow. Authority, you might say, and have less freedom to do what they want. Okay, so that's a quick thing. What I see is going on. You probably already knew this. Just wanted to put it out there. It looks like it's going that direction. I don't know what to say. I just it's just what's going on right now, and we'll see what happens. Have a good one.